Alright.
Oh, it's good to be doing casting again. Haven't had anything happening on Iccup for a while. This is refreshing.
Here we go. Game number 5 is on the way. Nb.Terror has stopped Ace from getting his all kill.
Let's see, who did Sas decide to send? They sent Sas.Locdog. I am not familiar with Locdog's style.
I am actually unfamiliar with the player itself.
But if you're good enough to make it into Sas, must be a very strong and solid player. So let's see what he comes up with. See if he can topple the Terror that is Terror.
Alright, here we go. Nb.Terror as the teal Terran, spotting in the upper right-hand corner, otherwise known as the 1 o'clock position, as Terran, and Sas.Locdog as the white Protoss, spawning in the 7 o'clock position as the, well, white Protoss.
This is excellent. We have not seen a Terran versus Protoss yet. It's the one matchup we haven't actually had. So, good. Let's see what they decide to go with. I'm not a Terran versus Protoss expert. I am a Zerg player. What race are you most familiar with?
Well, I usually play Zerg as well, but as of late I have been playing quite a bit of Terran and Protoss, so I am a little bit familiar with what will be going on. So right now Nb.Terror has opted not to block off his ramp, which means he is going for either a much more faster expand or a 2-factory style build.
Well, there goes his racks. So at the very fastest, it'll be a 1 racks fast expand.
Here we go. It looks like it's going to be fairly standard play so far. It's similar to going down for Locdog. Nb.Terror also getting his refinery.
Going for a 1-gate tech, I guess.
Yep, he's definitely going for a 1-gate tech. He should be starting his Cybernetics Corp fairly soon. And it looks like he is going to go for a Dragoon first build. And there it is. Cybernetics Corp going right down. Guys getting put on gas. So the SCV, the scouting SCV for Nb.Terror, did go through the middle and then went through the side. As for Locdog, he went directly from the middle straight to the cross position.
Good cross scouting, making sure there's no proxy buildings up there in the middle. That is an unpleasant surprise.
Adding just another pylon. Interesting pylon placement. Most of the time when a Protoss does spawn in the 7 o'clock position, he will actually put a pylon up above the mineral line near the assimilator just to try and hide some tech. But instead opting it to be a little bit farther down to the right.
It does have goon range coming as well. That's pretty quick.
A fast goon range. Goon. So it does look like he's going to do some type of three goon timing push to deny the expansion, and then expand twice if Terran decides to expand twice. So there's only one guy on gas, so he will definitely be doing some type of vulture first, mine, or tank first style push. More than likely what will happen is a bunker will get placed down in the natural, 3 Marines will go inside, and then a command center will go down. I do not see the command center yet, but the machine stop has started. He has put 2 guys back on gas. So it does look like he will be going tank first. The goon trying to pick up the SCV. One more shot and that should be finished. Yes, the SCV has gone down. Locdog has put lockdown on that SCV.
Yeah, the SCV didn't get to see anything too critical yet. That robotics facility was not down, so he was completely in the dark.
So 2 goons are heading out towards. There are 2, 4, 6 Marines out. That's actually quite interesting.
It's quite a few Marines.
Usually it goes about 4 Marines, and then he goes in and throws down a bunker. But instead he's opting for a little bit more of a pressure style play with these Marines.
Also interesting to note is the mine upgrade coming with no vultures.
He wanted to go tank first, and then go directly into a mine, which is actually a pretty smart move. So here we go, 1 tank, 6 Marines, And
that will
actually, he's pushing out with it right now.
Yeah, that will allow him to punish a fast Nexus response to this fast expand.
Which he has thrown down the Nexus quite fast. Goon blocking the ramp. Looks like the Goons are going to be able to slow push him just in time to get more Goons by the time he gets there. Vulture now out, and he does place a mine down at the front. Command center being built right now. Another supply depot going down. There are 4 Goons out right now, but he has expanded. We should be expecting fairly soon. Yeah, there it is, the observatory. So he's going to get his observers out about the same time as... Well, not really the same time, because mine has already finished.
Well, it'll mean that he can take map control away from the mines. The mines don't really pose a serious threat to him anymore, especially with mass Goons, very fast range, and now fast observers as well.
Here we go. Vulture does go down. Go down to the 5 Goons.
Contained.
Alright, another thing to note is Protosses are more often to actually use their pylon that's out at the natural to use as a natural block-in. And so you'll see pylon, a little bit of room, and then another pylon. Just enough to get Goons through, but enough to hold off any type of Vulture harass. When I say I just mean Vulture run by. But he has opted just to put the pylon just outside of it. It looks like he might either do some type of cannon or just want the pylon a little farther ahead just in case he needs to throw something down. And here we go. A Marine tank force. Observer is going to spot that, flying right over the top.
He's pulling some SCVs to build some things up there too, probably turrets. Maybe make a bunker.
Now, something to note is that there is a mine down at the natural, or not natural, but the 3rd base of Lockdog, making it a bit harder to take a 3rd. And here we go, 1 Vulture almost makes it in, but does get picked off by Goons. And it looks like he is setting up to take a 3rd, or he's just trying to be out of position. He's pulling his army back to the main. There are 3 tanks out. 1, 2, 3. 3 tanks and 2 more Marines actually popped out. Mines are everywhere, so pushing in will be delayed for if Lockdog chooses to try to do some type of pressure.
Yeah. Stupid mic stand.
Let's see, there are 2 more gates being added. Zealots are being made. And it doesn't look like he has his cybernetics yet. No, he doesn't. But he does have a pylon in the top part of his base for when he's ready to do any type of hidden tech.
Let's see, he hasn't moved towards... Alright, he did just put his Citadel down, so he will be moving towards Templar tech quickly.
He will get his leg speed and go directly to Templar tech so we can get his Stargate and Arbiter.
Good Zealot block. Gonna hide the probe. Does it get discovered? No. Looks like he's gonna get away with it. Good use of armor for expansion there.
There we go. There is a shuttle out, so to do some Zealot bombing. So when he gets ready to engage into tanks, he's going to drop Zealots directly right on top of the tanks as soon as he can. There are 4, 5, 6... I believe that's a total of 10 Zealots?
Yeah, including the ones that are in the shuttle.
No, make that 9. Because there are 6 out and 3 inside of the shuttle. Looks like he's going to make a small push directly towards. He notices that Engineering Bay just is now finished. Tanks are getting up on the high ground. It's going to be a close race to see who gets there first. It looks like the tanks have already sieged up, so it looks like he will be able to hold off on his 3rd. A nice pylon block for Lockdog at his 3rd as well. Terror also with a very, very good block with the Engineering Bay and Barracks.
And turret. To
deny any type of scouting. It looks like Lockdog did pull back.
Yeah, I saw the movement of the army of Terran and decided, okay, probably not a good idea to try to bust in here. Not enough troops, not enough different techs. Maybe if he had a couple more dropships, some Reavers involved, it might have been
Command center just now being dropped.
Yeah, it's a third base economy getting going. Protoss needs to take a fourth in order to respond to that third base. Protoss wants to stay a little bit ahead of Terran.
He either needs to take a fourth or put some type of pressure on Terror.
Yeah, try to damage his economy, bring it down a little bit. Maybe storm drops.
Again, it's okay to be up in the early game against the Terran as Protoss. It's okay to be 2 bases to 2 for a little while. But as soon as he gets his third, you need to be up at least 1 base.
Arbiters will be out momentarily. Good timing.
Vultures are going to be doing a little bit of scouting around just to see if something's going on. It doesn't look like he has any upgrades yet or an armory.
Yeah, neither player actually has any upgrades. The Forge just started one, and the armory is about to finish. It's in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, I see.
Hit play in his base. Just about to finish. But both players getting very, very late start on their upgrades, so no one had an upgrade start until almost 10 or 11 minutes into the game.
So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factories for Nb.Terror, and for Sas.Locdog only 4 gateways.
Ooh.
Nope, 6 gateways.
Gonna be
6 gateways.
It's still very, very favorable for
Terror.
Should he begin pushing. I don't think he doesn't have an observer in his base. I think he just has a perimeter.
Sas.Locdog.
Yeah, he doesn't see all these factories that just suddenly got added. That could be a big mistake.
So Sas.Locdog now just getting his 4th down right now. Nexus being warped, a few pylons, so it looks like he's going to put some cannons around to help defend it. It looks like they're definitely going to be building up for a much larger macro-style game.
Yeah. Recall almost finished for the Arbiters. Recall before Stasis? Huh. Alright, recall before Stasis. And a second Stargate going down as well, so probably double Arbiter production commencing soon.
That is actually truly interesting. Going recall, mostly it goes Stasis first. Just to lock down on it. It looks like there are a lot of mines. At first I thought it was a huge tank push, but it was just mines and turrets being built.
I'm often fooled by the mini-map in mech games, just for that same
Mines
reason.
do make a difference when you're looking at the mini-maps.
Oh, very much so. They look at these huge push clusters, and you start freaking out, and then you look over, and it's just a couple of vultures.
A few turrets, saving his shuttle, making sure it doesn't go down.
Oh,
And it looks like the tanks are going to get in position. He is pushing towards the left side of the base. Tanks just out of range of any type of goon pressure that there is.
First Arbiter.
Still no upgrades for either player.
Who needs upgrades?
You're right, upgrades are overrated. It is much better to have a large army.
Just a big macro in your army. Both of them having weapons going in first. Actually, the upgrades should be done fairly close to each other. I believe Protoss will be done a little bit before.
As for the supply count, Sas.Locdog is at 187, while Terror is at 174 and supply blocked. And it looks like he's going to try to make a push towards the third. There are cannons there, so cannons and a good pylon wall off right there.
I like the separation of the Terran army, though. See how he's keeping the bulk of his tanks way here in the back, secured by mines and turrets? That area is like a safe ground, and he's using these other units kind of like a limb, just extending them out. He can lose all of them, and it doesn't really matter because the bulk of his forces just aren't involved in the attack. So he's not really risking any of his essential units. But now that he's secured it, he's taking off these tanks little bit by little bit, pushing them in here. So very, very good micromanagement there for Terran's army management.
What I find also really interesting and probably the most useful thing is these SCVs. The SCVs have just dual purposes. That's build turrets and build supply depots.
Yeah, they can just sim city a lot of different things around the area. They get very
Here we
difficult.
go, here's an Arbiter.
Oh no, but he's getting hit by the
He's getting
turret.
hit, he's not doing anything really useful, he doesn't have the energy for anything, he's gonna have to pull him back. And the Arbiter does get saved. And I do believe we just missed a huge recall into the third. He's going to pick off that third, he loses the command center.
Good counter move. Needed to do some damage during this attack because he can see that
Here
this
we
third
go,
is probably
Zealots
down.
streaming right in, finally getting pulled to the turrets, and now they can finally see the Zealots. Arbiter's getting picked off little by little. Arbiter does go down. The third of Terror has gone.
He's going to lose his army.
And Lockdog's third also goes down, but he still has his fourth up. Looks like he's trying to push directly into the main, cutting off any reinforcements. The only mobile army would be this tank army outside the third. Sieged up already. And here we go, streaming all of the army directly in.
Terror will probably move his army to kill as well, now that realizing that all of his forces are concentrated upwards.
There we go, picking off another couple tanks. A huge mine on a lot of, I believe that's vultures and tanks.
Yeah. That
Great
hurt.
mine drag. 2 tanks sieged up on the top. No, just 2 tanks. Trying to push in. Goons being not very micro-friendly. Just sitting on top of the ramp. Gonna try to pick off that tank. He does get one of the tanks. He still has one more tank to go. It looks like he's still streaming no, he's keeping his units. +1 has finished for the has finished for Lockdog.
It also finished
Vultures
for,
have rallied out just in time. Gonna block the ramp, and you will not get inside of Terror's main. And Terror has been pulling all of his tank specs to defend.
Yeah, had to pull everything back to defend that attack. Would have
Terror.
been a very serious move.
Terror lost his third, but so did Lockdog. So it seems like they are fairly even in terms of
Lockdog
supply.
lost his
154 to a 150 army.
I'd be worried right now because it looks like Terror's main's about to be mined out, so really his natural is the only serious economy he's got going in right now.
He does have enough.
Here goes his army. He knows he has to make a move right here. That's a lot of tanks.
That's a lot of tanks in a clump. If he were to get one good stasis off, he may be able to destroy the push and then kill off the tanks afterwards.
Yeah, that would be a very substantial
And
move.
oh my goodness, he just did a recall right into the main, or right into the natural. On top of that, recalling one of the Arbiters, and the Arbiter does go down before using any energy. That's quite a bit of a blunder. Trying to defend in 2 different spots. Tank's up in a really good position, but there is a DT. There was a DT. No, there are DTs out on the field, and they are doing huge damage. Terror does not have any vision of those DTs. Picking off guys left and right. He's trying to get down in an engineering bay. He does not have it.
DT's in the main too.
And his command center is going down now. And there it goes.
He's got a DT on that 3 o'clock position. Moved his whole army into the main here. No economy now for Terror at all. No mining SCVs anywhere to be found on the field.
Nexus.
And it
Nexus
looks like
again being produced. He does not have any more money. It looks like this might be GG, and Sas will take this final. Unless Terror can find a way to do something about it.
Yeah, he would have to pull off a very... Well, he'd have to be Flash right now to pull this off. This is a very convincing
63 supply to 148.
Lockdog retaking that 9 o'clock position, realizing he now has superior army numbers.
A few cannons being morphed as well. The command center is floating right above the third, but it will not matter if he cannot defend this properly.
Yeah, and Lockdog has a pretty good
SCV getting a kill. That's a hero SCV.
Super SCV. 60 hit points.
Even when they're down and out, SCVs still can attack.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like he might actually be moving them to do just... No, he's going to do a little distance mining from the natural.
Terror still trying to fight, still trying to claw his way back into the game. Not going to be looking too good so far. Using his SCVs to repair his tanks. He does have +1 attack, but 50 supply to a 173 supply, that is nearly triple. That was triple.
Not looking so good for Terror right now. Locdog did a very solid job. Found a good advantage that he could take advantage of, and managed to lock everything in. Never lost it. Kept pushing. Great army placement. Good timing on his recalls. Made sure that when the army was away, he was only recalling at that point, so that he knew he could maximize his damage. And really just tore apart the macro build that Terror was putting together with 8 factory. Would have been a very
and here
strong
he goes.
push.
He's just going to push directly in. Arbiter covering up everything. There is a turret to see everything, and there it is. Nb.Terror giving out the GG, and Sas will take it 4-0.
That will complete this round of the Clan League Finals. So Team Sas proving once again they are the team. They are the new team to beat